Good day everyone, hope you're well. Today we are going to have a look at task 7. The only thing that's different from this than from your notes is I added T accounts here to show you how the T accounts will look. This is the part that your teacher will not see, but the part that you will have to do to get to the correct answer. So I'm going to do each one of this with you in the T account, and then after I've done the T account I will fill it into the accounting equation afterwards. This is where you will get your marks and the part that the teacher will see. So 7.1. The owner deposits a further 10,000 Rand in the bank account of the business to increase his capital contribution. Right, so step 1, we need to identify the two accounts we're working with. I've already filled in all of the accounts we're working with, but remember this part, the T accounts with the names for the T accounts you don't get. Right, so the first one, 7.1, it's bank and capital. So now that we have identified the two business accounts we're working with, we need to categorize them correctly. Bank is classified as an asset, and that is why the sign is plus minus. Capital is classified as owner's equity, but capital's sign is minus plus. Right, so we're always looking at this from the business perspective. The business is receiving 10,000 Rand, and therefore the business's bank account will increase by 10,000 Rand. Now, there's two ways to determine what will happen with capital. Firstly, we're looking at it from the business perspective, and the capital account of the business will increase. The owner gave more money, therefore credit side. But also, if we did not know that part, we could have used the double entry principle. Every debit got a credit, and therefore capital should also be credit. Right, so remember, bank is being debited and capital is being credited. Let's go and fill it into our accounting equation. Right, so this is number 7.1. Bank is being debited. And because bank is being debited and is an asset, it will increase my assets by 10,000 Rand. Remember, the debit side of assets is a plus. Capital was my account being credited, so capital and income both will always have a positive influence on my owner's equity. We did not work with our liabilities, therefore 0. 10,000 equals 10,000 plus 0, therefore we've done this correctly. What I've done just now, I triple checked that I've done it correctly. Assets equals owner's equity plus liabilities, therefore 10,000 plus 10,000, 10,000 equals 10,000 plus 0, and therefore I've done it correctly. Let's go and do 7.2. Paid the manager's monthly earnings. Monthly earnings is salaries. Right, so let's identify the two accounts we're working with. I already said salaries is one, the other one is bank. In grade 8 we're just doing cash transactions, therefore one of the two accounts will always be bank in grade 8. Right, so we are paying money. The business is paying money, so our bank account will decrease with 350 Rand. Bank is an asset, and therefore credit side, that's the decrease side for assets. So salaries is an expense account, and the sign for expenses is plus minus, and our expenses that we have been paying throughout the year is getting more and more and more. And this transaction is just another one where we are paying another expense, therefore expenses will increase in the debit side, the plus side of expenses. Right, so remember, bank being credited, salaries being debited. Let's go and fill it in. I will do bank first, so then I know I already get 50% for my transaction. Bank is being credited, and bank is an asset, credit side is a minus, therefore the influence on assets will be minus 350. Right, and salaries was my account being debited. Salaries is an expense account. Salaries and drawings will both always have a negative influence on your owner's equity. We did not work with liabilities. Let's quickly test our answer. So minus 350 Rand will equal minus 350 Rand plus 0. Therefore, we've done this one correctly. Right, let's go and do 7.3. Paid the owner's daughter's ballet lessons of 255 Rand. Firstly, the daughter's ballet lessons has nothing to do with the business. This is for personal use, and therefore your one account will be drawings. The owner is taking money out of the business for personal use. Right, so the bank is paying, or the business is paying money, therefore the business's bank account will decrease in the credit side. That is why bank is being credited. Drawings, in other words, the amount of money the owner has taken out of the business throughout the years, increasing with another 255 Rand. And then another way to test what side the drawing should be, every credit's got a debit, and that is why drawings will go to the debit side. Right, remember, bank is being credited, drawings is being debited. Let's go and fill it into our accounting equation. 7.3, bank is being credited, and because bank is being credited and is an asset, it will have a negative influence on my assets. And then drawings, as I said earlier, drawings and expenses will always have a negative influence on my owner's equity, so minus under my owner's equity. Right, so minus 255 Rand will equal minus 255 Rand plus 0. Therefore, we've done this one correctly as well. 7.4. Paid 40,000 Rand for a deposit on a new property. Right, so the two accounts we're working with, bank, land and buildings. Okay, so let's classify them. Bank is an asset and land and buildings is an asset. So both of these accounts is assets. That's why the signs is the same. Plus minus and plus minus. So our bank account will decrease because we are taking money out of our bank account to purchase more property. So land and buildings will increase. We're basically swapping one asset for another asset. Let's go and fill it into our accounting equation. Right, so 7.4. We are paying money, so bank will be credited, and therefore the influence on accounting equation will be negative on assets, and land and buildings will be my debit. Land and buildings also an asset, therefore under assets it will also be plus 40,000 Rand. Right, we did not work with owner's equity, we did not work with liabilities, therefore 40,000 minus 40,000 will equal 0. So technically 0 will equal 0 plus 0, therefore we've done this one correctly as well. 7.5. The business renders services and receives cash of 1,580 Rand. Right, so the two accounts we are working with is bank and current income. You can also use fee income. They are the same. Right, so bank is classified as an asset, therefore the signs is plus minus. Current income or fee income is classified as income, and the signs for income is minus plus. Right, so because we are receiving money, my bank will increase with 1,580 Rand in the debit side, and my income that I've received throughout the year will also increase in the credit side, the plus side of income. Right, so every debit got a credit. Remember, bank is being debited and my current income account is being credited. Let's go and fill it in. Right, so bank is being debited because I'm receiving money. It being an asset will have a positive influence on my assets. I just need to double check the amount, I forgot. So plus 1,580 Rand, and then current income. Remember, you can also use fee income. But current income will always have a positive influence on my owner's equity. And we did not work with liabilities. So 1,580 will equal 1,580 plus 0. Therefore, we've done this one correctly as well. Right, 7.6. Receive 2,400 Rand from a tenant for rent. Right, so the two accounts we are working with, bank and rent income. Very important to specify rent income because you get rent expense as well. Right, so we are receiving money, so my bank account will increase. We know that if we receive money, bank will be debited, and rent income being an income account, our income will also increase in the credit side. So every debit got a credit. Remember, bank is being debited and rent income is being credited. Right, so bank is being debited, and because it's being debited, it will have a positive influence on your assets. Right, 2,400 Rand, and rent income will be my account credited. Income always has a positive influence on your owner's equity. We did not work with liabilities, therefore 0. So 2,400 equals 2,400 plus 0. Therefore we've done this one correctly as well. Let's have a look at 7.7. So paid 650 Rand for repairs on a delivery van. Right, so we have done repairs. Sorry, I see I made a mistake here previously. It should be repairs. Right, so we are paying money, and therefore our bank account will decrease. So the amount was 650 Rand, bank will be credited. Repairs being an expense account will be debited, 650 Rand. Every credit's got a debit. So let's go and fill that into our accounting equation. 7.7, we are paying money, so bank will be credited, and it will have a negative influence on my assets of 650 Rand. And repairs being an expense account, and we know by now that expenses will always have a negative influence on my owner's equity. So repairs, negative influence on owner's equity. We did not work with liabilities. Sorry, yes, I made a typo. Right, so minus 650 Rand will equal minus 650 Rand plus 0. Therefore, we've done this one correctly as well. Right, 7.8. Paid the telephone account. So very importantly, you need to remember this is the telephone bill, not the actual phone. So it's an expense account. The actual phone will be an asset. Right, so we paid money, therefore my bank will decrease, credit side, and so expenses, the amount of expenses we've paid throughout the years increasing, we're just paying more. Right, so every credit's got a debit. Let's go and fill that into our accounting equation. So we are paying money, therefore bank will be credited. The amount I'm paying is 330. Let me just double check. Right, so bank is an asset, credit side will have a negative influence on assets, and then happens if you're working late at night. Right, and telephone is an expense account, therefore we know it will have a negative influence on your owner's equity. Liabilities, we did not work with liabilities, therefore minus 330 Rand will equal minus 330 Rand plus 0. We have done this one correctly as well. Right, 7.9. Purchase trading stock to the value of 5,200 Rand. The two accounts we're going to work with is bank and trading stock. Both of them are classified as assets. So we are paying money, so therefore my bank account will be credited, and we are purchasing more trading stock, so my trading stock will increase. Bank is being credited, trading stock is being credited. Right, so bank being credited will have a negative influence on your assets. There's no reason that I'm writing my minus at the bottom. Technically you can do it the plus side first or the minus first, doesn't matter. Right, and trading stock. Trading stock also being assets, your assets will also increase with the same amount. The net effect will be 0. What I mean by that, 5,200 minus 5,200 will equal 0. So 0 will equal 0 plus 0, and therefore we've done this one correctly. We did not work with owner's equity and we did not work with liabilities. And then 7.10 paid 885 Rand for new invoice books. Right, so this is stationery. So we purchase money, or we purchase stationery, and money will be deducted from our bank account. So bank decrease 885 Rand credit side, and our stationery, our expense account, our expenses will increase by 885 Rand in the debit side. So bank will be credited. It being credited will have a negative influence on assets, so minus 885 Rand. And then our stationery, being an expense account, will have a negative influence on our owner's equity. So minus 885 Rand under owner's equity, and your liabilities will be 0. Let's test this theory or this accounting equation. So minus 885 Rand will equal minus 885 Rand plus 0. We have done this one correctly. I hope this activity helped you. Good luck and have a good day. Bye.